Okay, applications of specific heat capacity. Okay, the first one is a car engine. So this is a diagram of car engine. Okay, now you don't need to know how it works here. Okay, this is just the engine. So there's a radiator here. Okay, there's a radiator here. Engines, when it burns, it produces large amounts of heat. Yeah, large amounts of heat. And if the temperature is too high, it can burn the engine. So we must have a way to remove the heat. Has some methods to remove the heat. How to remove the heat? We run water. We run water inside the engine. Okay, and then the water is pumped through the channels to these channels. Okay, the water passes through the engine first. Okay, to absorb the heat. Okay, then the hot water will pump through the channels in the engine block. The water is pumped through the channels in the engine block to absorb the heat. Okay, so after that, the water will be pumped to the radiator. The water first, it will pump through the engine first. Okay, pump through the engine and absorb the heat. Then the heat will be the hot water will be pumped to the radiator. So the hot water flows to the radiator and is cooled by the air flows through the fins of the radiator. So you see this, there's a lot of the fins here, okay, and then there's a fan here. So this fan, it will blow through the fin, okay, and then it will remove the heat. It will blow away the heat. And then the cold water, actually it's not really cold, okay, but not so hot. The not so hot water will flow back to the engine. Okay, the cold water flow back to the engine again to capture more heat. Okay, it will flow to the engine and capture more heat, and then go to the radiator, remove the heat, and come back and flow through the engine to capture the heat and go to the radiator again. Now, what is this to do with the specific heat capacity? The knowledge of specific heat capacity is used to choose the coolant. What kinds of liquids or which liquid is suitable to be the coolant? We use water. Water is used as a cooling agent. Why? Because water has high specific heat capacity. High specific heat capacity means it can absorb a lot of heat, but only increase the temperature by small amount. The engine is very hot. It produces large amounts of heat. But the water, when water passes through the engine, it can absorb large amount of heat, but the temperatures of the water can just increase a little. Okay, because it has a very high specific heat capacity, and that's why we choose water as the cooling agent. That's what you need to know. Thermal radiator. Now, thermal radiator usually we do not use in Malaysia. It's used in cold country to warm the house during winter. And for the thermal radiator, it's also the same. Okay, so it's hot water. We have this. Okay, we have this heating elements. These heating elements we use to heat the water. To heat the water, the hot water will flow to the radiator, and in the radiators, then it will release the heat. It will release the heat, and this can increase the temperatures of the building, of a room. If this thing is inside a room. So this hot water made to flow through a radiator, the heat given out from the radiator is then warm the air of the house. Then the cold water is then flow back. The cold water flow back to the water tank. And then the water tank, the heating elements will heat the water again, and then the hot water will go to the radiator again. And again, water is used as the heating agent. Okay, in the radiator is because it has high specific heat capacity. Okay, it can carry large amounts of heat, go to the radiator, and then release the large amounts of heat to the surrounding. So again, we use water because it has high specific heat capacity. Household apparatus utensil. Okay, now you see cooking utensils, usually the bodies of the utensils is metal. Metal has low specific heat capacity, so the temperature can increase very fast. Okay, this one also. So the temperature can increase very fast. Then we can use the high temperatures to cook. But the handle usually we will use a plastic or something which has a high specific heat capacity. The body has low specific heat capacity, so that the temperature can increase very fast. But the handles, we use material with high specific heat capacity so that the temperature will not increase so high. So handles of cooking utensils are made of substance which has high specific heat capacity. so that its temperature won't become too high, even it absorbs large amounts of heat. So this is applications of specific heat capacity in a household apparatus. Okay, phenomena, sea breeze and land breeze. Now, the Earth has low specific heat capacity compared to the water. So during daytimes, when they absorb heat from the sun, so the temperatures of the Earth will increase faster than the water. So the Earth will become hot, then the water will become cold, because this one has lower specific heat capacity. The hot Earth will heat the air above it. So we heat the air, and the hot air has low pressure, and also low density, so it will increase, it will go up. The water is cold, okay? So it has high pressure, cold and high pressure, and then it will cool down the air. And here low pressure, here high pressure, so the air will move from high pressure to low pressure. Okay, cold air, high pressure, hot air, low pressure. So the air will move from high pressure to low pressure. So when you go to seaside, okay, you will feel the wind blow. Daytimes, you will feel the wind blow is from the sea to the earth, or from the sea to the seaside. Blow from the sea to the seaside. Okay. So when the air here it moves to the seaside or the earth, okay, so then the air here it will go down. It will go down. Okay. So the air go up here, then it will go to the sea, and this circulates. The air circulates and creates a wind blow from the sea to the earth, and we call this sea breeze. The wind from the sea to the earth we call it sea breeze. So that is due to the earth has lower specific heat capacity, and therefore the temperature will increase faster. Then how about land breeze? Land breeze happen at night. Okay, at night, the temperature of the earth will drop faster because it has lower specific heat capacity. Okay, lower specific heat capacity means the temperature change faster. Increase faster. When it decrease, also it decrease faster. So then the earth will become colder, and it will cool down the air here, create a high pressure zone here, and here the sea water is still warm. Okay, so then it will create a low pressure zones for the air above the sea water. Okay. So air will move from high pressure to low pressure. So therefore, at night, when you go to seaside at night, you will find that the wind blow from the seasides to the sea. Daytime is from the sea to the seaside. Okay, and nighttime is from the seasides to the sea. And again, the same thing happens. So the air here will go up, and then it will go to the sea again, and then it will circulate. It will circulate around this seaside here. Then it creates this land breeze.